I'm Brian Winnekins at World Dairy Expo. Thank you to Dairyland Equipment Services of Plainview, Minnesota and Woodville, Wisconsin, Badgerland Financial Services, BASF, the Animal Wellness Center of Buffalo Valley, Wisconsin Farmers Union, Dairy Business Milk Marketing Cooperative, and Annabis Silo of Durand. I am with Raechelle Belli. She is with the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture. She works in the Division of Livestock and Animal Safety, and we're going to talk a little bit about avian flu today. And Raechelle, thanks for joining us. Springtime was a pretty tough time for your department, wasn't it?
It was very challenging. It was very, very challenging, but we got through it, and we were very fortunate that we only had 10 infections in the state of Wisconsin, which was unfortunate for those producers that were part of those 10, but it could have been much, much worse. So we were very happy that we were able to eradicate it as quickly as we were.
Big concern right now with the fall migration underway, because it's pretty much been determined, or at least the theory is that it's coming from the migratory birds. So that's underway right now. What's the department doing to prepare?
We learned a lot from the spring outbreak, and so we are taking a lot of those lessons that we learned, and we are implementing changes to our processes and trying to make sure that we have the adequate resources and personnel to deal with the situation in the fall if it should happen.
What were some of the other things your department learned from the spring outbreak?
Well, we learned a lot about the need for us to emphasize the importance of biosecurity on poultry facilities, and really to emphasize to the producers the need for that. And so we just recently did 4 public information meetings around the state. The last one was yesterday, I believe. Just trying to talk to people about biosecurity and about what happened, and get the information out there to help them avoid it.
Again, talking with Raechelle Belli. She's with the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture. Now, you mentioned biosecurity. Okay, so what are some things that producers can do? If you got a flock of geese lands in at your farm, you're kind of in a bit of trouble potentially. How do you keep them out?
That would be difficult to handle. But one of the things that we learned is that some places actually had open feed storage, and so the birds were actually landing on the feed and feeding on it, and then they would take off, leaving virus behind potentially. So we are suggesting that the producers need to move their feed to covered storage so that it's not as easily accessible. Same thing with water sources, trying to use potable water sources that aren't easily accessible to waterfowl and that type of thing. And just ramping up biosecurity efforts in terms of personnel that are moving perhaps between premises, maybe working one and then moving to another later on. Just trying to emphasize the need to clean off boots and truck tires and that type of thing so that the virus isn't moved from one location to another.
Let's hope we have a quiet fall season.
We really hope so, and we're planning for it so that we can, if we do have it, we're ready for it.
Again, that is Raechelle Belli. She is with the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture from World Dairy Expo. I'm Brian Winnekins.